Congratulations, Coach. You got a Heisman candidate quarterback, a running back who's averaging 9 yards a carry. Defense gives up one score and then shuts it down. But do you still in your mind say, all right, we beat Minnesota, Rutgers, Maryland, Indiana. Is there room left to take down a heavyweight now next week or beyond?
Well, I just think it's always been about us, and that's what we have to focus on. And we know, as we headed into this game, we kind of figured that we had no record. We were 0-0, and then this is the first win in the second half of the season, and that's the way we're looking at it. But I thought we came out and played well. We actually didn't expect any rain, and we got some rain, and I thought we handled that well. And like you said, after the first drive, I thought the defense played well. I know that they, were down some guys on offense, but still, I thought we ran around and played, and we got a bigger challenge, like you said, here next week.
Did Zach Harrison step up?
Yeah, a bunch of guys did, and it was great to see those guys running around. It looked like they were having fun out there, and that's good, and that's part of the energy and the confidence that we want.
Right next door, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Right, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you guys have scored 19 straight touchdowns in your possession, other than the kneel down against the State of Maryland. To have that kind of offensive efficiency, I mean, have you ever experienced anything like that? What can you say about that?
It's quite it's something, I guess, but it's just a matter of going out there every single day in practice and trying to execute at a high level and being really hard on ourselves. Like our standard is hard. Like if we don't complete a pass or we miss a protection or something like that, we're hard on ourselves, and that's what you want. And these guys, they like football. And so we know that we got to get back there and get our rest, and we got to get right back on this film here with Penn State because they have a very, very good defense, and this is going to be the biggest challenge of the year coming up. So it's good. We do have some confidence, and we are playing at a high level, but that's not going to mean anything if we don't do it again next week.
Left center, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
What happened with Trevion on the first series of the game and then not playing in the second half, kind of as you had a couple weeks ago, just caution?
Yes, that's what it was. And again, it is a great problem to have, but at the same time, these guys practice all week and they put a lot of work in, and so for he and Chris and Garrett, to take those guys out to not play, that's hard, because these guys want to play, but at the same time, as the head coach, for me to put them in there and see something ever happen to them, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So have to make that tough decision, and they're competitive. They all want to get back in there, so that's how it goes.
What happened on the first?
He's all good. Yeah, he's all good.
The way he's kind of playing through contact right now, it seems like he's it's something he's very comfortable doing, especially considering not playing at all last year.
I think he's running hard. I think he's playing on contact, like you said. And for a freshman to do that, that's good. And the number one thing is he's taking care of the football, and that's what has to continue. If we're going to make a run at this thing, we got to take care of the football, and we cannot turn the ball over. And that's something we just cannot forget about. And he and Mayan and even Evan, I was impressed with the way Evan ran down the stretch, and that's good. We're going to need some of the depth there. But across the board, I think the depth has been, we are starting to see that. You're starting to see a bunch of guys get on the field, and that's what we're looking for.
Second row right, Patrick Murphy, 24/7 Sports.
Ryan, you guys have a few times this year given touchdowns. It looks like you made defensive adjustments. I know you're not always in that conversation during the game, but to see your guys come out today and shut Indiana down after giving up that first drive, and the way that you've made adjustments since you've made some changes, just speak on that and how that's improved throughout the year.
Yeah, that's a tribute to the guys on defense, Matt and Kerry and Larry, Al, all the guys over there, trying to identify how they're being attacked and then coming up with the answers. And that's what it comes down to as a coach. You want to have answers when your guys come off the field. What happened? And then here's how we're going to get it fixed in all three phases. And I think that got done here tonight.
Over here to the right, Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Ryan, the throw from CJ in the first half where he kind of put it between two defenders there to Jackson. I don't know how many young quarterbacks would attempt that throw over the middle of the field, that kind of coverage. Like, what is his willingness and comfortability working the middle of the field do for you guys offensively?
Well, it starts with the protection, and it starts with the trust in the guys to catch it. But he does see the field, and that's one of his strengths. He's got a lot of confidence right now, and that's a good thing. But we can't ride the roller coaster either. We got to stay on it. But he made some nice throws tonight.
Right next door, Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Ryan, you guys had a lot of balance, and because of the way the defense was playing, a lot of times with the young quarterback, you guys were starting at midway point of the field.
Yeah.
That there were some shades of that today. When your defense is
Yeah.
playing that way and giving you that type of field position, what does that do?
Yeah, it's like you said. That to me is where you just play with ultimate confidence. When you're getting the ball back, like you said, at midfield like that, that's kind of the way it felt in 19, and that's the way it felt again tonight. And you feel it on the sideline. There's just so much confidence. And then the minute we get the ball back, we feel like we're going to score. And you get a 3-and-out or you get a turnover, and it steamrolls. And that's a great feeling as a coach. And we can get those stops like that. It makes a huge difference to the whole team.
You've always been an aggressive play caller, but when that's rolling like that, can you kind of open up the playbook a little bit?
Well, I think just across the board we're aggressive. You saw us run the ball some early on, and we were aggressive. We're always aggressive throwing the football, but we also ran the ball. And I thought the offensive line moved the line of scrimmage, and I thought the defensive line stopped the run. And that's anytime we go play in these conference games, it's the first thing we have to do.
Right next door, Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Ryan, even before the game, it seemed like the guys looked confident, maybe looser than just compared to earlier in the year. I don't know, have you noticed that, or how would you describe the mood of this team now?
I just think it's a different team. I think when you practice well, then you have confidence because you've already done it. Now, you have to go do it on the field. That only gives you a chance, but it does allow you that confidence to know that, first off, the guy next to me has done it before. I've seen him do it. We played in 6-7 games now together, and I've seen what he can do. That's big. And I think, the defense has confidence in the offense. The offense is getting a lot of confidence in the defense now. We feel like we're playing pretty good on special teams. And when you feel like that, when you're not on your own, you have a bunch of guys with you, that's when you have that confidence, and I think that's probably what you felt there. When early on, a lot of those guys had never really played before. They weren't getting what a bunch of those guys got in the second half. We were coaching them really hard in the second half, our offense, our defense, because we know that that's going to pay dividends down the road. We missed that last year, and because of that, it was bumpy early on, and we didn't have a lot of confidence. Everyone kind of felt like they were out there on an island by themselves, but we're building on it. We're still not there. We got a big one next week, and we really got to get back and get ready for these guys.
Behind Bill on the right, Jacob Benji, the Lantern.
Hey, Brian, just on the offense, Jeremy Ruckert comes out, has 4 or 5 catches, a couple touchdowns. We know what the wide receivers can do, but with the tight ends and Jeremy Ruckert, what did you assess from Ruckert's game today?
Yeah, well, I mean, we have so many weapons, and that's a great thing to have. But at the same time, guys have to be unselfish, and that's part of the game, And he's done a lot of work. He's done a lot of the dirty work, blocking inside. And there's times where the ball hasn't come his way, but when you stay positive and you stay at it, things work out, and that's playing team football. And, it's hard because when you play in these games, the last 3 games, they haven't played 4 quarters. And so then maybe they don't get them as many touches. And that's part of sacrificing. We talked about this week about what are you willing to sacrifice to be great and make this run. And sometimes it means sacrificing touches. But eventually it's going to come back to you, and it did for Jeremy tonight.
We got time for one more, so I got Jeremy Ruckert and CJ ready to go. Rob Aller, the Dispatch.
Ryan, Official Robbins said that the team that throws the best ball he's ever seen, which is pretty high praise considering who you've had here. Do you agree with that assessment, and are you amazed yourself at what he's doing, putting it in tight windows, being so young?
Again, still 7 games in, 6 games for him, so we don't want to ride the roller coaster on this thing, and he's going to stay humble on this thing. We're going to stay humble on it and just keep working at it, take one game at a time. But certainly you see those things out there, and it excites you, and it's fun. But it's everybody. It takes, when something doesn't go well, it's like, what went wrong? Well, it's kind of a little bit of everything. When things go well, it's a little bit of everything as well. But certainly he does have the talent to make those throws, and if he continues to prepare the way he is and show toughness, then, we'll have a chance here as we make a run.
Great. Coach, thank you very much.
Okay.
Folks, we're going to bring CJ and Jeremy Ruckert up here right now. When they're done, let's file back out by our locker, and we'll get whatever players we can get you after that. Yep. Yeah, I'll bring it to you. We've got 2 seats up there. Yep.
All right, folks.
Okay, we'll be back up.
Yes, sir. We'll start at the hall over here on the left.
Where is your confidence right now? I mean, 5 straight games, 500 yards, and why Jeremy today? 5 catches, 2 touchdowns. They didn't pay the light bill over here, but go right ahead.
No, I just think my confidence in God. I mean, He's blessed me with a talent, and I think I'm just stepping into that role of being not just a leader of this football team, but a leader of God. So, I mean, definitely I'm feeling more comfortable just being out there, and more so that my teammates are a huge help. Like, Ruck, I mean, he's a great tight end. Great body language, great routes, and today was his day to ball, so I'm happy for him.
Jeremy, could you comment on your evening?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun. You know, it's good. Everybody sees the stat sheet, but I mean, we had a great week of practice. I feel like more so now than ever, we've come together as a team, and just relying on everybody and every play, whether it's the offensive line, us and tight ends, just in the run game or in the pass game. And like I've always said since I've been here, you know, some days it's in the run game, some days it's in the pass game, whatever it is. Just being able to make the plays when your name's called is just like the culture here, and it was today was our day, I guess.
Right here, Austin Ward. Jeremy, when you think back to the first half of the season for you, I know, like you just said, we focus on the catches and all that. How would you felt like you played in that first half, and how are you feeling heading in after tonight?
I feel like we've been steady through it, putting our head down and working every week. Some days the game plan is different than the others, and you know, I think, like I said before, just not forcing anything and just playing free. The ball's going to come your way. So I think that the biggest step this week we took was just not worrying about anything, just doing everything we can to help the team win and relying on each other. And I think that's the biggest thing going forward is just being able to rely on each other and play after play, just knowing that whoever the play is going to go to, we know we have confidence they're going to make the play, and CJ's going to throw it to us. And I feel like we're in sync right now.
To the left, Bill.
CJ, second possession, you first play of the drive, you threw to Jackson, people in the middle, three guys in coverage. What gives you the confidence to make that throw? And do you feel like at this point, confidence in the receivers and protection, that the offense can do anything it wants?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that look, that was kind of what we practiced, and I mean, that's just kudos to a great preparation by not only me and Jackson, but by our O-line, by our other receivers getting open. So I mean, when you see things like that, I just think we're hitting and we have a momentum. We're just rolling. So. That's just a confidence thing. I feel like me and him are both confident in each other. He's confident that I'm going to throw the ball to the right spot, and I'm confident he's going to make the play and do create separation in the route. So, I mean, that's kind of just that play. But, I mean, everybody does a great job. If the O-line doesn't block on that, then that doesn't happen. So, I mean, kudos. They had a great game. I only got touched, I think, like once. And so we just got to give praise to them, and then our backs are telling it. So all these things are hitting, and we just got a momentum rolling, which I think is helping.
Over here, Bill Landis at The Athletic.
CJ, Coach Day a couple of times now has remarked on how well he thinks you see the field, just being able to attack everything, including the middle of the field. How long has that been a strength of yours, do you think, and how has that developed here in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, we all do a great job. I mean, just meeting, I come in earlier the week, I just think the preparation that we do beforehand is superb. And I think just meeting with Coach Keenan Bailey, he gets me right. Coach Corey Dennis, Coach Fitch, I mean, they're all great coaches, and they help me a lot. And just breaking down film little by little, I literally watch everything. I watch things from 2017 that other team did just to be out there and just know kind of what I'm doing. I mean, we always say if you can know what you're doing, you're not anticipating, you're playing fast. So the more you can play fast and just go out there and play ball, the better.
You were watching 17 Indiana film?
Yeah.
CJ, they kind of talked about with you just not riding that roller coaster, and your roller coaster's really been kind of hyperbolic these first 7 weeks. I guess, if you look back on it now, how do you evaluate how these first 7 weeks have gone, how have you grown as a quarterback, and how you kind of handled some things just mentally?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like our momentum is rolling as a team, not just me. I mean, it's not about me at all. I mean, this is the most team sport ever. So, I mean, without these guys, especially my teammates, like I was kind of down in the dumps going into the early of the season, and my teammates just lift me up every day. I always tell like Jeremy before every drive, he tells me, just do you. That's what you got you here. So, I mean, just keep doing you. And I appreciate just being around great people. Like we have great people in the building, like Roy Hall, who come in there and they give us just straight wisdom and talk about God and talk about Jesus Christ, and those are just things that like help me keep going. You know what I mean? So that's a big part of I think us going like this, not only myself but as a team, us elevating, is just the many great people that we have in our building.
You see where you're kind of improving every single week? It was at one point this year where you're going, basically having to convince people that you're a great player.
I mean, I don't. At the end of the day, I'm focused. If it ain't God my family or my teammates, I can really care less what people got to say. And of course, I appreciate Buckeye Nation, and they're awesome, but they are some of them are really critical, but I like that. I mean, that comes with the job. You got to know that it comes with it. So I'm blessed to even be at this university. I'm blessed to even rep Ohio State. So with all that stuff coming, I mean, I just lean on God, lean on my teammates, and lean on my family, and everything goes well, I feel.
We'll do 2 more, just because we'll get some more players. Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
CJ, Trivion wasn't in the backfield with you much for that first series that came out. He came back in. What did you think of the way he ran after that point, coming back in?
Yeah, Trey did a great job. Mine, when he came in, his number was called, and like Ruck just said, I mean, when your number's called, you're expected to make the play at this place. So that's kind of our culture, and I feel like mine did a great job while he was in. When Evan was in, he did a great job, and of course Trey, he had a great game as well. So when you have 3 great backs like that, and then when we get Teague back, and I feel bad for Crow, but whenever he comes back, I mean, we have great backs. So that kind of just makes our job kind of easier. And then with our O-line and tight ends blocking like the way they do, I mean, that just makes the gaps even bigger, and we just get rolling.
We'll wrap it up. One last question, Colin Gay.
CJ, you mentioned we've talked about confidence over and over, and I'm curious, is that something that you thought would carry over from the off week, especially with the performances that you had against Rutgers, against Maryland? I mean, were you confident that those same numbers would come up even after the week off?
I mean, no, I come in with a clean slate. I mean, whatever happened in the previous week, you have to throw it away, because if you bank on that, then I mean, I feel like you're just putting yourself and you're just riding a roller coaster. So I mean, I try to do my best to just focus one game, 1 week at a time, and watch the film and just really hone on that film, whatever I'm watching. So I mean, yeah, I mean, of course you build a rhythm, you build a momentum, and I feel like our coaches, Coach Day did a great job this week. We had some hard practices like in our bye week. It wasn't like just go home and relax. It was like, okay, Tuesday and Wednesday we're going to pound, and we're really going to try to keep our momentum, which I think is really smart. So I just think our team, we have a great mindset of just letting stuff go, like even if it's good or bad. And me and Ruck were actually talking about that on the field of like just trying to stay positive. You know, like the play where I scrambled and hit him, I was like, damn, I wanted that one, but Ruck was like, ready to stay positive. We'll get it the next time. And then you see we scored the next play. So just being around positive people, and that just kind of keeps the momentum and rhythm going.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it, and we'll do the rest over by our locker room.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it.
Hey, folks.
Feeling healthier. How is this feeling for you? And you sense that upward trajectory right now?
Oh yeah, I've been feeling great. Body feels great. I'm just glad I'm able to help to contribute to the team. You know what I'm saying? We've been playing real well. We just got to keep it rolling.
I know it's been a little bit of a long road to get back. So how has it felt to be out there making plays and contributing as well?
That's nothing but a blessing, man. All glory to the man above. Thank my family, my coaches, my teammates. I couldn't have done it without them. It's been great.
Over here to the left, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Well, after the first touchdown drive in the end, you guys completely shut them down. What were the adjustments that you guys made to be able to do that?
That's just what we do. I mean, if something happens that we don't like, we get to the sideline and just make some adjustments. It was just sloppy mistakes. I mean, it was on us. We just got to be disciplined, play our rules, and that's what we did. And that's how that happened.
Over here to the left also, Colin Gay from Rivals.
There's a lot of talk around Ohio State, just being confident, you guys being confident. I'm curious about what that looks like for you guys defensively. What does momentum cause you guys to do? Do you guys feed off the energy that the offense is giving you? What does confidence look like for you guys as a defense?
I mean, as a defense, really, I mean, confidence just stems from preparation. I mean, if we feel like we're prepared, then we're able to play fast and play with a chip on our shoulder. So it's all about preparing. If we feel like we're prepared, we'll be able to play fast and run to the ball, and that's what we do.
Over here, second row right, Patrick Murphy, 24/7.
Court, you just mentioned adjustments. It seems like each week you guys have been able to do that, especially since that loss. What are the coaches like on the sideline? What's the information that they give you that allows you to adjust like you did tonight after the first drive?
Yeah, I mean, if we don't like something, I mean, if they give us a different look that we're not used to seeing, then we just go back to playing our rules. I mean, our defense is made on rules and just playing smart and being disciplined. So if we do that and make the adjustments like that we do after we don't do after the offense does something that we don't like, then we make those adjustments based on our rules.
Has having Matt Barnes down on the sideline helped with that? I know he's kind of taken over some of the play calling. Has that changed anything with being able to make those adjustments having him down there?
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Coach Barnes, Coach Rose, Coach Combs. I mean, they're all tied in together. Coach Barnes is usually the one that's on the board giving us the adjustments. But, yeah, it's been great that he's on the field and he's able to tell us, you know, what we're supposed to do.
Deep center field, Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
Court, a lot of teammates talked about how much you've been progressing in the preseason. Do you feel like you're finally starting to get there now, that you're more comfortable in what you're doing and the defense is different? But do you feel like you individually, that you just feel like you're there now?
I mean, honestly, I feel like there's still a lot to improve on. You know, I'm going to lean on my teammates, lean on my coaches, you know, listen to them and what they feel like I need to improve on. It's just about getting better as a team. And for myself, it's just about taking it day by day.
Do you feel like, in hindsight now, that you still weren't fully healthy in the preseason when you were practicing, you're going through everything, getting compliments, but you feel like you weren't fully healthy then? Do you feel that like you're finally there now?
It's just about getting reps. I mean, as long as it's about getting reps during practice, I mean, I felt good, you know, since the beginning of fall. I just had to get those reps to get it rolling again, feel comfortable in the field. So that's all I needed.
Over to the left, Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch.
You see this defense every day in practice. How do you stop it?
Well, as long as we keep doing what we're doing, keep getting better, improving on the things that we need to improve on, it's going to be a problem. We're going to be a problem. Yeah, unstoppable.
Right next door, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Trevion Henderson has gotten a lot of attention for what he does kind of in the open field, but like tonight he had that screen pass was kind of pinballing off of people. Just what have you seen from him in practice as far as looking for contact or playing through contact and having that be part of his game?
I mean, he practices hard, he works hard, he takes it serious in the weight room, in the film room. I hear nothing but good things about him. I mean, he's going to be great, so I'm really looking forward to see what he does.
Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch, did you have one? I'm not sure. No. Anybody else? Doug, anyone with a question? Back row left, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Yeah, Court, I mean, you guys held Indiana to 128 yards tonight. I mean, just to do that and be able to shut them down as consistently as you did, I mean, how big of a step forward do you think this is for the defense?
I think it's big. I mean, we just take it one game at a time, and we talk about stopping the run. That's the main job. And everything else will take care of itself. I mean, we got a big game next week. I'm glad we got the win, but we just got to keep rolling, keep getting better.
How do you feel like, what do you feel like you guys are doing now that maybe you weren't doing in those first few games of the season that are allowing you to play at a much higher level?
We're communicating better as a defense. We're meeting more all together, not just individually, and we're just doing the little things right. And that's when you play against teams where talent equates, it's the little things that get you over the edge. Yeah.
Final, well, I'm sorry, Court. Go ahead.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Clay Hall, WSYX, over to the left.
That's what I wanted to know.
Okay.
How did you make the, when the change was made and the shuffling of the staff, how did you guys in the back end come together?
I mean, it was really just about, like I said, doing the little things. I mean, the coaches, they can do, what they feel like is necessary, but all we do is follow and we listen to what they say. And I feel like since the beginning, we've just been getting better every week. You know what I'm saying? Doing the little things right, focusing on the little things. Yeah.
And final questions over here, Jack Emerson, the Lantern.
Corey, you guys had 14 tackles for a loss, 5 sacks. It felt like their quarterbacks were under pressure almost every play. What did you see from your front seven, and how much did that pressure help you in the back?
I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, when they get it done in the trenches, it just makes our job that much easier. I mean, it felt like just every play they were back there, and that just makes our job easier. So, we, like I keep saying, we keep improving. We're going to, watch out.